What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer. It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, goddess, king, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. Absolutely, positively anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world. And you're also choosing to share some time and space with me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling this, if you're feeling me, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notifications bell, notifications bell, notifications bell, so you can keep up with all the happenings, all the shenanigans, and all the goings on over here. Also, if you benefit from my content, if you benefit from these videos, always feel free to put a little something in the collection plate. That collection plate is Cash App, LadySpeech, or Venmo, LadySpeech Sankofa. Now, let's get into today's Ask LadySpeech video, shall we? All right, y'all. We are back with another installment of Ask LadySpeech, and let me tell you, I am having the best time filming this series. It's super fun. It's super fun. So keep the questions coming, baby. Keep the questions coming. Today we are taking the question from my TikTok. Shameless plug. If you're looking for some quality content, if you're looking for a quality creator to follow, mwah, chef's kiss, may I suggest, may I invite you to follow me. My TikTok is LadySpeech Sankofa. Go on over there and follow me, and make sure you say hi. Let me know that you're from YouTube, baby. Let me know that you've crossed over to the other side. So like I said, this question comes from a TikTok, and this question was posted up under a video where I spoke about how healers can protect themselves against clients who want to do the half-ass work, basically. I got a question asked to me on the app, and I used the app to answer it on that video. And the question was basically, how do you avoid clients who want to come to you and basically waste your time? They want all your answers. They want you to invest time and energy into them, but they don't want to do none of the work. How do you protect yourself against those type of clients? So I answered that question in the app, so you can definitely go over there to see if you want to see that answer. And if you want me to answer it on here, let me know in the comments and I'll do that. However, up under that video, I got a really good question. So let me read it to you, and we're gonna get all the way into it. This question says, how did you start protecting yourself? I'm starting my journey and was looking for resources and places to start. Thank you. All right, let me read it one more time. How did you start protecting yourself? I'm starting my journey and was looking for resources and places to start. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get into it. This video is going to be about tips and tricks on how to protect yourself. Now, this is general protection. This isn't specific protection against those type of clients that I spoke about a little bit earlier, but this is just the general protection tips and tricks that I have to offer you today. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, check in with your ancestors. Now, what do I mean by that? Your ancestors are going to be your first line of defense, darling. So, 2 ways you're going to check in with your ancestors. Number 1, developing a relationship with your ancestors is going to be integral to your protection work, because your ancestors are working for your highest good. They want you to win. So the intimate relationship that I have with my ancestors enhances my protection, because they are forever guiding me, and they are forever preventing a lot of things through their guidance. When I listen to my ancestors, when I develop a relationship with my ancestors, when I'm paying attention to their guidance, I'm often protected from a lot of situations and people that I don't need to be involved with. The more that I listen to my ancestors, the more protection from them that I am given through their wisdom, through their wisdom. The second way you want to check in with your ancestors is figuring out your ancestral practices, if you have the resources to do that. If you have the resources to do that, okay? So if you can get a DNA test, or if you can talk to biological parts of your family, I would totally do that. And then once you have that information, you take that information and you do some research, okay? You're gonna do your technical and academic research, and you're also gonna be doing your spiritual research, okay? You're gonna be communing with your ancestors, however you do that. There's lots of ways to do that, so however you do that. You're gonna check in with the ancestors about what they used to practice, things that they used to do to protect themselves spiritually, okay? And whatever resonates with you, you want to embrace that, all right? Because it's your lineage and your ancestors, you will have every birthright to embrace those practices and to utilize those different techniques to protect yourself spiritually. Number 2, let's talk about force fields. I always advise my students and my clients to utilize the power of force fields. What do I mean by that? A force field is exactly that. Some of you guys might be familiar with that terminology from like sci-fi shows and things of that nature, or science terminology. But a force field, what I mean by that when I say that, is an energetic spiritual force field, a field of force that you surround yourself with, that is programmed to protect you, that is programmed to guide you, that is programmed for whatever you want, okay? A simple force field exercise that I give to everybody is entering into ceremony and ritual, however you do that, entering into meditation. And the point of this ceremony, ritual, prayer, space, meditation is to build your force field. My force field that I currently have and work with isn't what I'm going to describe to you, but this is a really good beginner space to work with, and then you can customize and do whatever you want to do. One of the easiest force fields to meditate around yourself is imagining or meditating or praying a pyramid of white light around you. Now this pyramid surrounds you on all angles, all ways, all shapes, everywhere, all surfaces. It just completely encompasses you and surrounds you. As you are building this force field inside of your prayer work, or inside of your meditation work, or inside of your visualization work, you are programming this pyramid of white light that you are gonna be encased and surrounded in to protect you from negative energy, from negative people, from whatever it is that you want. My force field is not that. I'm not going to share what my personal force field is, but my force field is programmed to protect me against sexism, racism, all types of things, people throwing at me, all types of things. So my force field helps to protect me spiritually and energetically. Once I build my force field, then on a regular basis, I go into meditation, I go into prayer, I go into visualization work, and do any repair work I need to do on my force field, because your force field's working for you. So if there's any cracks in the force field, I repair those. If I feel like the force field has done its job and I need new energy for my protection, then I rebuild my force field for that. Recently, especially within this last 2.5 years, as a Black creator, as a fat creator online, I have been subject to digital attack via these major platforms. And this last, I would say, 8 months, it got really, really bad. I was deplatformed at 25,000, literally for fat phobia and for anti-Blackness. Wasn't violating any standards, just deplatformed, and was consistently being attacked on several platforms digitally on a consistent basis. So I went back to the drawing board, and what I didn't do when I had built my force field, the force field that I had a couple years ago, it was like 2 or 3 years old. What I didn't do is program digital protection in that. So I went back in prayer and meditation, did exactly what I told you guys to do, and basically built it like I built it before, but included the aspect of digital protection, online protection, internet protection within that force field. So building a force field is another way to protect yourself. Number 3, let's talk about candle magic. Let's talk about candle magic. I oftentimes utilize candle magic to protect myself. So black candles are my favorite in regards to protection. I use herbs, I use oils, and I use prayer work to anoint my candles, and then I burn them in the name of my protection. So old-fashioned, old school candle magic is often a good way to go when it's all about your spiritual protection, baby. Spiritual protection, honey. Spiritual protection, baby. A classic, a tried and a true method of spiritual protection. Number 4. Let's talk about the classic, the tried and the true, the most consistent and the widely used. My personal favorite, the spiritual bath. Hello, goodbye. I loves me a good spiritual bath, baby. I adores me a good spiritual bath, baby. I'm most consistent with my spiritual bath, baby. I wasn't always, but I am now, okay? What is a spiritual bath? It is a bath with a spiritual intent. I'm gonna share 2 ways to take the spiritual bath with you. When I take my spiritual bath, I utilize herbs, I utilize Florida water, I utilize bath salts, and I utilize anointed oils, okay? I create a lot of my own mixtures and my own formulations. I create all of my formulations for my spiritual bath. I might use a bath salt. I might use like an Epsom salt that has been infused with oils and that has been infused with herbs. I might sometimes just use herbs. Most consistently, I do a spiritual bath that is herbs and spells and oils. The next spiritual bath I'm gonna take, actually, I have some high John root oil that I made a while ago, and so I'll be utilizing that in my next spiritual bath. How do you take a spiritual bath? One of 2 ways, and there are actually other ways to get down. First way is, number 1, draw yourself a bath. Draw yourself a bath, okay? Bless the water, bless the herbs, gather your, gather your magic herbs. You can use I've taken spiritual baths that are 1 herb. Basil, if you have nothing else in your house and you have basil, you have enough to create a spiritual bath. If you have some kosher salt, you also have enough to take a spiritual bath as well. So you can do, I've taken baths that are 1 ingredient, I've taken baths that are several ingredients. So you load everything into your bath, you bless everything, and then you simply soak in that bath. Before you take your spiritual bath, you need to make sure that you are clean, all right? So you don't wanna like wash your behind in your spiritual bath. You're not getting between your toes and behind your ears. You're not doing that. You've already done that. Ideally, you've already taken a shower. You've already taken a bath. So you've taken care of your personal hygiene. So the spiritual bath can be exclusively about your spiritual hygiene, okay? So you sit in that bath for a while, or you can take a freestanding bath. So this is, you're going to gather all your herbs, your prayers, and your water in a big bucket. You're gonna stand in your shower. You're gonna stand in your bath. I'm pointing this way because my shower is behind me. Or you're gonna take, or you can go stand in your backyard or in a private enough place where no one's gonna bother you. And you're gonna ladle this mixture all over you. You're gonna pour it over you. You're gonna cup it over you. You're gonna get it on every part of your body. If you are using loose herbs in your bath, which I suggest because the herbs are the things that carry the ashe or the energy, you're gonna let whatever herbs get on you stay on you and fall off naturally, all right? You are allowed to moisturize out after your spiritual bath. I live in Colorado, so we cannot afford to be without lotion or oil or something, okay? So you are allowed to moisturize yourself, and that means if there's leaves on you, you're gonna put that lotion and start lotioning, and if the things fall off, they fall off. But you're going to let them fall off naturally. You're not going to brush them off. You want to keep those herbs on you as long as possible, okay? I take baths, spiritual baths for everything. My most consistent spiritual bath that I take is the protection bath. But I take prosperity baths. I take baths for love. I take baths to enhance my romantic life. I take baths to enhance particular spells or spell work that I'm doing or particular healing work that I'm doing. I've taken baths that focus on different issues that I'm having in my life. So spiritual baths can be very grounding. I know I said I was going to show you, tell you 2, but the third way of taking a spiritual bath I'm going to tell you is actually a very natural way. We are in the middle of spring. It's actually snowing in Colorado for me, but for a lot of you, that means rain. And rain Standing out in the rain, bare feet on the ground, is one of the best and most natural spiritual baths. Connecting with the sky, I am not suggesting you take your behind out there in the middle of a thunderstorm and a lightning storm. Do not get struck by lightning because I told you to stand outside. Don't do that. Be smart. But if it's raining outside and you can stand the rain, I can't stand the rain. If you can stand the rain, if it's not too cold, then go stand outside and bless yourself with Mother Earth. Stand outside barefoot, sit on the ground, and just let the rain wash over you. Oftentimes that is so very renewing and so very replenishing. And standing in the rain is a natural way to get a kiss from Mother Earth and a deep spiritual cleansing from her as well. Let's talk about tip number 5, which is ritual and ceremony. Old-fashioned, old school ritual and ceremony. You can rock that on a full moon, you can rock that on a new moon, you can rock that on a crescent moon, you can rock that on a waning moon, you can rock that whenever you want to, okay? Your birthday, which is your personal new year, is always a good time to renew, to do really big protection work over yourself, okay? You can take advantage of lunar holidays, lunar occurrences. You can take advantage of cosmic occurrences to do your ritual and ceremony under. It could be a random Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, whenever the bug catches ya. But a good old ritual and ceremony that is specifically about protection is a tried and true way to get in that protection work. Number 6, protection spells. That's right, that's right. Protection spells. Protect your neck, protect your spirit, protect your mind, protect your body, protect your soul. Protection spells, baby. There are plenty of resources that you can Google. You can find books and look at examples of protection spells and crafting your own. When it comes to personal protection, you can definitely use protection spells that are out there if they resonate with you. Number 1, I would divine on it, or I would check with your spiritual team to make sure that particular spell is in alignment with you, your traditions. Also, please don't be culturally appropriative. Don't do that. Don't just go snatching different things from different traditions that you have no idea what's going on, okay? Don't do that, all right? So when it comes to personal protection spell work, you can use other people's work as an example if it's public. But I suggest that you craft your own protection spell work. When it comes to my own protection spell work, and when it comes to when I'm doing protection spell work from other people, I don't take directly from other people unless I'm doing something that is particular to my traditions, something that I was initiated and trained into that is part of my practice, okay? Otherwise, I like to really customize my spells so they work for me. So they're working on specific issues, or if I'm doing work for a client, I like to craft that spell work to be specific for them. Their specific issue, their specific thing that they need, their particular working that they're looking for, or if they have very specific things they're looking for protection against, like a particular person or a situation. But protection spells are a powerful tool when it comes to protecting yourself. There's a lot of ways to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. I'm not gonna get into it right now because this will take up most of the video, but protection spells are your friend. And lastly, consistent and constant work with your spiritual team. Now, when it comes to your spiritual team, all of us have ancestors, and all of us have protective spirits that rock with us, okay? Working on a consistent basis with your ancestors who, number 1, want you to win, and number 2, want to protect you, is going to be your first line of defense. Also working with the aspects of your spiritual team that are only there for your protection. I remember back in the day when I first started my magical practice, I got a reading from a friend of mine, and she was the first person to put me on to the warriors that walk with me. I remember she was giving a reading, and it increasingly she got a she got really agitated. And I'm a medium and so is she. And I remember she finally looked up at me and she was like, my God, your protective spirits they're huge. Like, Speech, they're huge. And I remember in the reading, this was something that she echoed in a reading that I got from a priestess of mine. And I remember a priestess of mine, the first time I got a reading by her, one of the first things she said was, watch your anger. She was like, watch your anger. You are surrounded by some extremely powerful and dangerous spirits. They absolutely love you and they absolutely care for you, and they go the mile for you. You ever notice? She was like, you ever notice how when you are extremely angry at someone, they always meet their downfall? And like, it made me pause. And she was like, no, think about that. Every person who has maliciously harmed you, there has been a really bad outcome from them in the end. And I stopped and I looked at it, I was like, well, yeah, from my father to all of my violators, everyone who was intentionally come for me, eventually met a really crazy consequence. And I was like, oh my God, I looked up at her and she was like, that's them. And over the years, many priestesses have come to me and they all echo the same message. Every few years, I get the same message. Every few years, a shaman, a magic person is like, good Lord, not only do you resonate power, but the people who back you don't play. They don't play. They do not play. Even with, if you're familiar with the channel and you've been rocking with me for a while, you know I have quite a journey with voodoo. And the last teacher that I thought I was going to be up under, even she was like, good God, woman, like, the spirits who mess with you do not play. The Lawar who walk with you are fierce. Like, you want to be messed with, and your anger is valuable and potent and listened to. Like, continue to watch yourself, continue to watch your anger. Continue to use it where you need to, but also watch that you don't hurt people unnecessarily. So every single time that, from the first moment I have been told that, I have consistently pursued a relationship with my warrior team. And it is a warrior team. I definitely have my ancestors who are on my front line, but for me, I have a whole team of warriors, and these cats are hundreds of years old. I'm talking about so old we don't speak the same language. They don't speak English. They have no desire to learn English. These are pre-colonized warriors. Like, they don't know nothing about colonization. They don't know nothing about colonization. My warrior team is made up of some wild people, of some fierce deities, and that's how I like it. And I work with them on a regular basis. I work with them on a consistent basis. Working with them means I make offerings to them. I pray with them. I pray to them. I pray about them. I work with them. I develop a relationship with my spiritual team. So the more I develop that relationship, the stronger it gets, and the easier our communication gets. And also, the easier it is for me to listen to them and take their advice when they're advising me in order to protect me. And that's that on protecting your neck. And that's that on protecting your spirit. And that's that on protecting your practice. All right, y'all, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It is a joy for me to do these type of videos. So once again, if you've benefited from this content, if you benefit from any of my content, always feel free to throw a little something in the collection plate. The Cash App is LadySpeech and the Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. Also, if you're feeling this and if you're feeling me, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notifications bell. And that way, you can have me whenever you want me. I'm here for you. Anytime you press play, anytime you press replay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I had such fun doing this video. I'm really enjoying answering your questions and looking forward to answering more questions. I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, a good middle of the night, a good mid-morning, a good whenever you encountered this video. And if you made it to the end, gold star for you. And on that note, I'm gonna let you go. You have yourself a good day, a good week, a good month, and a good year. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.